Hey, good morning, guys. Today is Monday, January 13th, 2025. It's 6:18 a.m. in Pacific Standard Time. I'm going to be looking at my charts through Top Step. I'm going to be looking at the NASDAQ, specifically the micro NASDAQ. MNQH2025 is my chart. Just going to go through and kind of hang out, see what opportunities we could be involved in. I'm new to streaming live and do not want to put any extra pressure on myself or anything like that. I will do my best to be patient. Let's see what happens. I like to keep my charts simple. Right now we're on the daily time frame. Yeah, this is a swing low last week that was hit. See, we kind of moved up, came down. We kind of hit this gap here. Kind of kept pushing down, came back up, hit another gap. Kind of been moving down. The next swing low in my eyes is this, and we're almost there. I do use higher time frames to scale down to lower time frames. These vertical lines in the background are just 5:30 each morning. That's just what I have marked out: 5:30, 5:30, 5:30, 5:30. If we're looking at the 4 hour, this was a swing low right here, and we're moving lower than it. Let's go to the 1 hour. So really, maybe we can see, draws down into this area here. But we will wait and follow along. On the hourly, I have this orange line, and on the 15-minute, it'll be more clear. But that's marking out 2100. If you see in the bottom part of the screen right there, you can see 2100. That is 9 o'clock Pacific Standard Time, which is the midnight open of New York. So I just draw my trend line there, draw it out to 5:30, so I know that price opened here. Looking at the 1 hour chart, this is where normally I like to kind of start. We have this little gap we were in. I just had that on. I was just watching it, but I like to be aware of where are the 1 hour swing highs and swing lows. So we do have a swing high here, and we have a swing low there, and then we have the daily swing. This is black line. Let's go to the 15-minute. The 15-minute, now we can see if we go toggle over 2100, you can see in the top left screen up here, back to 2100, you see that price is 20898. So I've put my trend line 20898 from there to the 530. So I know that we opened here, kind of came up a little bit, and we moved lower. This was the hour gap we were kind of already in at 5:30. These vertical lines at 5:30, right? You can see each day 5:30, 5:30. Those really show me the same thing as this orange line. I can see, looking at the candles here, okay, the opening price, is around here, 20811. It's literally right there if you to look left. Price might, at 6:30 is the commodities open. Price might just, at 6:30 open and go straight down. Maybe you could have been in this trade on a lower time frame, but in my eyes, I like to try to wait, for the sweeps of 1 hour swing high. That's either it's just prior to 5:30, so swing high prior to 5:30 or swing low prior to 5:30. So maybe you were in this trade here and you're targeting here before the 6:30 open. I mean, which you can be. It's up to you if you want to do that. In my eyes, I don't. So I'm just waiting. If we're looking at like 15-minute structure kind of on the inside, remember our swing highs there, swing lows there on the 1 hour, but on the 15-minute it looks different. But we've hit this area here. This is a 15-minute swing low right there. And you see that we have 5 minutes left in this candle to close, but we are kind of moving lower than that. But then again, we are below the midnight open. 5:30 opened here. We're kind of moving lower. So I didn't want to get in too early. There's lots of these, eagle highs. There's a gap here that's yet to be filled, and then our hour swing. So maybe someone is in sells already prior to, like I said, the 6:30 opening. But I really want to limit myself in the trades that I take. I don't want to be over trading or over risking. So I'm just going to hold off and wait for a more clear opportunity. Because what if I was selling here? What do I cover? That's already 200 ticks. I normally like to do 250 ticks, and I like to target 1 to 3. So I don't know if we'd get that because the next daily swing was there. This is a couple hundred ticks below that, 400 ticks almost. So I'm gonna just hold off, wait for the better opportunity. Even though there's a 1 minute and 15-second here, I have been trying my best to stay on the 1 hour, 15 and 5. My goals for this year of trading are to take less trades, take on less risk, follow my plan and rules better. I'm going to limit myself to 2 trades per day, and I only trade New York. I don't trade any other session. So I have 2 opportunities in the morning or in the day to potentially get into a trade. Does that mean I have to? No, that does not. I am working on being disciplined and just doing less. I believe that following this plan, I can go all year holding an account, which currently at the moment I do not have an account that I could show you, with the past 3 months. It's always a boom and then some of a bust, and then a boom and then a big bust. I want to be able to show you a consistent account that's capped at 2 trades a day, 10 trades for the week. My max loss for the day is $250. I'm comfortable and okay with taking a 1 to 3, but I will also let trades run to a 1 to 5. Another thing this year for trading is I do not want to have mornings where I go, let's say I'm in a trade, I have a 250 tick stop loss, and I go up, 500 ticks, or, I'm selling, let's say price drops 500 ticks, 600 ticks, and then kind of starts going, reversing and stuff. Maybe it goes back up to 3, and then it comes back down to 7. I am working on, if price gets to, a 1 to 3, and I don't close, then I should at least be moving my stop. Not taking money off, but moving my stop to like +1. So my goal is also to not let like a winning day turn into a losing day. Even if it's a couple $100 in a morning that I make or in a day that I make, I accept that and I appreciate that and I'm happy with that, because it's not just about, one morning or, one session. It's about can you repeat the results over and over and over again, all year, all year. Can you do that all year? If you can, I think that you are doing great. And I strive to do that. Also, with the goal of keeping the trades less, the risk less, being patient, all that stuff. This will allow me to build a track record for myself that I do not yet have on paper. Even though I have time in the markets, I don't have any solid track record that I can just show you and be like, look what I did in the last year, you know? So I want to have that track record that shows I am disciplined, I am consistent, I can repeat results over and over again, and even if I lose, I keep my losses smaller, way smaller than my winners. And that's a goal I think all of us should strive for, achieve for. Um, just keep working at your goals, guys. You guys can do it. You got it. Trending through Top Step X, and I really like Top Step X. I think it's dope. Um, they've made it in the settings area here that you can put limits on yourself, like I'm talking about. So, my personal limits is, like I said, 250 for the day. And if it hits a 250 loss for the day, it will liquidate and block my account until the next session. And for now, since this account is just starting, I'm going to keep it at just a solid 1 to 3. Eventually, I will move that up higher. But for now, I'd like to just take a couple days of 1 to 3, 1 to 3. And if it hits that 750, right, 3 times my risk, 750. If it hits that, my account will liquidate and block. I will be done to the next week. I've also here trade limits. I've given myself a maximum of 2 trades per day, which, yeah, that's not a lot at all. Pretty much one mistake and you're already halfway done. So you gotta be patient. You gotta wait for the right setup, wait to execute on the plan that follows your rules. And then 10 trades for the week. That's just in case for some reason something happens. This number here, this number is like a backup safety net. The one thing I don't like about the settings here on Top Step is that this number here I can just adjust. Click up. I can put it to 10 right now. Max trades per day 10, and then max trades per week I can just change that to whatever I want to. I wish that all these settings here were once placed, they cannot be adjusted again until the next session. Because there has been times where even though I do this, I might take a loss too early, take a trade too early, and then take a loss too early, and then I see the correct setup that I'm waiting for. I might adjust this a little bit prior to getting locked out, and maybe take more trades. I might end the day with 5 trades or 6 trades. Maybe I hit my target of either of these ones, but I adjust the amount of trades I can take in a day. So I wish that the opportunity to even adjust this, in the session would just be taken away. I would like it to be kind of like when you lock yourself out, you can also lock yourself out for the day, personal lockout. That one is, irreversible. If you lock yourself out right now at 6:32 a.m., I would be locked out until the end of the day, no matter what I do. So in a way, I wish that these settings were the same, where once I place them, you know, and if it's in a session or a week, it just stayed that way. I couldn't adjust it. I could not mess with it because I know myself and my tendencies, and I know that at times I've over risked and I've over traded, and oftentimes when that's happening, it's only because I'm too early. So I'm trying to wait and follow along and see what happens. But Top Step X is dope. I think you guys should take advantage of it. The charts are provided through TradingView, so these charts look, the same. The tools and all this on the top, everything's the same as TradingView. It's the only thing you can't set alerts, if that's something that you like to do. but in my eyes, that's not a big deal because I'm here anyway, in the session, so it's not bothering me too much. Again, so there was like that 4 hour break that was here, right? This 4 hour swing, price moved lower. On the hour time frame, this is an hour swing, right? Hour high, hour low, came to this gap. The 15 minute, we do have these pretty much equal highs there. So there is reason why we could go back up. And then like on the daily, this was the swing we were waiting for to be hit. There's a daily gap, in price there. So maybe we draw just lower and lower. But I'm going to wait. Also, if you're thinking about, the midnight opening, it's important. That's why I have it there. If midnight opening is here and price comes way lower, you are already kind of in a discount. And then if 5:30 opens here and comes lower again, I think we'd be looking for buys. But let's say, we have our midnight here and 5:30. I mean, it's moving lower, but if it was opposite, if it was like above here already in this area, 5:30 was here, opening here, and we were moving higher, 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 and then we did some kind of market structure shift, then I would be looking to go short. So, these areas of price, where is the opening price of midnight, 2100 for Pacific Standard Time, and where is the 5:30, which is the 8:30 open of Eastern Time, where are our opening prices at? And then again, like I said, I play off the 1 hour swing highs and swing lows. So yeah, maybe you could have just been selling off of this gap here because we have been breaking structure. This is a fair value gap here. This is a push down. Maybe you could definitely have been in the move already here. But that's just not the trade I want to take. Maybe if it was a higher, target that I could see myself getting, maybe I would have done it. But it's it's still a little early. Still got time. There's no rush in my morning. There's nothing wrong with being patient. I'm going to go ahead and just mute for a second. Have a sip of water. I'm here. I'm watching price. Remember the 15 minute that we're on. I like to see candle closes. What happens. All right. I'll let price do its thing. Yeah, so that 15-minute candle did come lower. It did not take out the 1 hour swing. It did not hit the daily swing or the top of the daily fair value gap. There's 20 seconds left. There's a concept from my teacher about from ICT. He's my teacher. I haven't watched him recently, but I watched his 2022 mentorship a few times, and that's the plan I do my best to follow. But he talks about in there how you can use like divergence, but not with like whatever the RSI or whatever people use down here. You can use divergence. He calls it SMT, smart money technique or smart money transfer, but you can use it with other charts like the ES or the Dow. And what's pretty much going on in that, if that was what this is, then let's say on ES we have a similar chart, kind of, right, and a similar low. Let's say ES has taken the low and taken the daily low and a daily gap, and it went lower than NQ did, but NQ kept it high. That would be a smart money technique, smart money transfer. But I'm not going to toggle over to ES. I'm just going to stay on my pair here and watch what plays out. That's just something, if you want to get more into it and know more stuff, you can. But it's not going to be super important for me today, I don't think, because I will follow along in price and others. Coming up to 6, we're at 6:46 in the morning. We have on the 4 hour time frame, we still have 13 minutes until the candle close. Around 7-ish, normally is, you could be in trades earlier, if the opportunity is there and, Asia does whatever it does, creates some liquidity, and then, London sweeps it and breaks, and then, 5:30 opens up and we're already inside of that break, and there's a target that you have that makes sense with like risk to reward, then you can be in, at 5:30, or 6 or 6:30. But if there's nothing clear, it is okay to just wait. The first like window I give myself in the mornings is from 5:30 Pacific Standard Time into 8 Pacific Standard Time. Then I will take a break if no trades have been taken. Then I will come back maybe after the lunch session, which for Pacific Standard Time is, 9 to 10 is the New York lunch, but at 10:30 is when I'd be coming back and kind of looking and seeing what's going on. So 10:30 to 1. But honestly, I found that I do better in the first part, the AM session of New York. I can take trades in the PM if the opportunity is there, but just with past results, I've noticed that I am definitely a better AM session trader, and I'm okay with that. Normally, if I'm not streaming, and like I said earlier, this is my first live stream, but normally if I'm not live streaming, I'd honestly kind of have like Call of Duty up, playing some Call of Duty, toggling back and forth between the charts and just waiting for time to pass, as I'm letting the candles play out and show me what's going on. We just got to, see what happens. I'm not going to play Call of Duty right now. I think eventually, as my setup progresses and my skills with streaming and OBS and all of that improves, I think I will probably be playing some Call of Duty and then just hanging out and watching charts also. But to keep confusion out of it and keep the stream, good and smooth, I'm just solely gonna be hanging out here now on the charts. I'm gonna mute again. I will be back. I'm here watching. Be patient, guys. There's no rush. No rush. It's January. We got all year to make money. Just follow your rules. So 654. It's mentioned right earlier. This is like the hour swing highs prior to 5:30. This is 5:30. So where are the hour swing highs and swing lows prior to 5:30? We have a swing high here. We have a swing low there. This is the most like dominant swing low, right? But really, even this technically is a swing low. Swing low is a point that has a lower, a higher low to the left and a higher low to the right. So it's like a three candle swing. That's what makes this a swing high. That's what makes this a swing low, is that there's 1, 2, 3, low. 1, 2, 3, high. And really, we did sweep this candle here. We moved lower in price from the New York Open. 5:30 opened, and we moved lower. We took out that low. On the 15-minute, there was this little gap here in price, and we did have kind of like a little break. So this gap right here, you see it from this candle's low to this candle's high, and now we're moving above it. On the 5-minute, we have this is the 1 hour low, the first one, and really the one I wanted. But we came below this one, and we have a 5-minute swing high here, and we're now breaking it. We still have 4 minutes in this candle close, but if we gotta see how it closes, but maybe there's a gap here that will be formed, and then also in the 15-minute, we are inverting that 15-minute, gap. So maybe today is an opportunity for us to look for longs. If we are looking for longs, of course, our 1 hour swing high is a great target. There's an hourly gap here. There's another hourly swing there. There's an hour gap here. There's lots of areas that we can target. Looking at price, this is like the open right here from Friday to Sunday. You can see this weird looking candles and wicks. So these are like the highs of the open. I'm gonna make this little hour gap a little lighter. I just want to show you. I'm gonna remove it, but let's not like to do these little inverted. Let's do it like blue, I guess. Alright, so there was that little gap there. Maybe someone is seeing that and thinking, oh, this is an ICT fair value gap, where price is moving lower. We're going lower. So they want to be selling. They're already setting limits on this price here, and hopefully if they are, the rules would be to cover the swing high there, but there's too much liquidity here that's built up. Equal highs, relative equal highs, trend line liquidity. There's too much there going on that could just be against you. So I don't think it would be a good sell off of this area here. If anything, I'd like to see, it get taken. So on the 5-minute, we still have 2 minutes left. Like I said, we did break these highs here. That was the 15-minute kind of gap that was possibly being inverted. This is the hourly gap that just when I woke up that we were in, Sometimes when price is really obvious as well, when it's almost too obvious, those are the trades that you need to kind of wait on. I'm not saying to second guess yourself on trades, but sometimes if it's too clean, if it's too nice, it's not going to play out. But then again, we're going to just see, as price closes, what happens. I will be back. Yeah, so let's see how the 4 hour closed. Alright. On the 4 hour, we have this nice gap there too. On the 1 hour, let's mark out that gap actually, just to make that one gold. On the 1 hour, you see we hit this big wick. It did take out that swing low, did not take out that swing low. On the 15 minute, there is no break, and technically the bodies of this fair value gap did hold. Okay. But on the 5 minute, we do have, the sweep, we have the break, and now we are in this little gap. What if you were to just take a buy here? I'd like to wait to see a little bit longer on the candles, but like I said, 250 is my risk. Keep it simple, keep it light. That is the 4 hour gap, and so 750 would give me my 1 to 3. What could price do that right now? I mean, it could. I've learned to not think that price can or can't do something, because it oftentimes will just do whatever it wants. I'm going to take this buy now. Market buy. I'm going to buy 2.
Order filled.
I'm going to move this to where I filled at, 793. And I'm already risking my 250 bucks for the day. So we'll have to just see, what happens, how it plays out. You hear my son, my little son, is awake now. So I'm going to kind of watch in silence and see what happens, how it plays out. Just right now. Alright guys, thanks for hanging out with me and watching. I'll let it go for a little bit, see kind of how, what happens. with two contracts and the minis and micros, it's $1 a tick. So if I'm okay with risking $250 for the day, I have 250 ticks. But I also give myself 2 trades per day, and I've only taken one. And let's say I just wanted the 1 hour swing high to get hit. I can still add, another position, or maybe one contract, and I can make my stop loss smaller, still being equivalent to $250. So if that is something that can happen, maybe I will do that, but I will not rush anything. I like to see how this 15-minute candle closes, and we have 5 minutes left for that to happen. We did kind of sweep. This is a swing high inside of that hourly fair value gap, and we kind of did just sweep it right now. So maybe price moves lower to here. If that happens, I'd be wrong in my idea, and I'd be okay with it. I'm risking appropriately. I've only taken one trade so far today. This trade does put me at my max risk. Um, we'd have to just see what happens and how it plays out. Since we've taken this 1 hour swing, on the 5 minute, that's what it's looking like. Let's go to the 1 minute real fast. Sometimes you do have to use smaller time frames. Don't get stuck on the smaller time frames, but you could use them to your advantage and allow you to get a deeper look into what's happening. So, like I said, we did take out these equal highs. You know, here, all of these equal highs. If you're imagining like a trend line, we took it, and we did kind of move lower than this swing low here. And we have a fair value gap there. We have a fair value gap here. On the 15-minute, this little gap that I drew out, it has not been broken. It did not get violated. Look how the body candles are staying perfect inside of that gap. So, on the 4 hour, this is our candle close, and there was this little gap. Price was already moving lower. So maybe we should be looking for sales today, which would be the same targets here, and then like on the daily was here. That black. That's just this little daily gap in price here that has yet to be filled. So I'll have one trade left, and I can reverse a position. I have the opportunity to reverse. If price came into these gaps here, and I noticed that we did not seem like we were going to go higher, then I could reverse my position, or I can stick to my guns and stay in my position. On the 5-minute, there's nothing really super clear. And this is that break I kind of liked in the gap, but we didn't get a reaction away from it like we kind of should have. So we just gotta see what happens. Let's say we were gonna reverse it and be kind of like around the same area. This would almost give us, our target. But I don't want to do anything too hastily, too quick. Gotta stick to my guns and see what happens. In the 5-minute, we did just touch this little on the gap here. See this little gap right there, price, bam, we touched that one. And technically, right, we moved above an hour swing high, a 15-minute, relative equal highs, a 4-hour gap went there, and then we have a break of structure there, here, with this move down. Is that a strong enough move with displacement for us to get in? Or is my bias right and we continue going higher? Now it all kind of just depends. This little gap that we are in currently, right now, do we move above this? Do we move higher off of it? Or if we hold it here, I'm going to reverse my position. On the 15-minute, we also just tapped into the same little gap again.
Order filled.
Alright guys, I did reverse the position off of that 1 minute gap here, and because we retapped this 15-minute zone, um, we swept the hourly highs, the 15-minute highs. We tapped into a 4-hour gap, and price is moving lower. So I did reverse my position. These are locked here, so you can't see it, but let me show you here. So look, I've lost 50 bucks. Okay, so took a buy, lost 50 bucks. So now I risked again. I reversed it, so it was just 2 contracts. So now I have 200 ticks pretty much that is remaining in my day because I have a max loss of 250. So I can only do 200 tick stop loss, and we'll kind of see. I would like to get 750, right? But technically I lost 50 bucks, so I don't think we can get 800 ticks. But I don't really need that, you know. If it comes here or here, I'd be happy to see it hit one of those. Even a day of winning something is a day that's better than winning, losing, you know. Don't be greedy. Don't over trade, don't over risk. This is the last trade I can take in my day, and I will be locked out. So whatever happens, happens. In a way, it's almost better to just let the trade, run, and have your target set. If this trade, came to here and here, or first if it came to here, I'm not going to let it go. If I don't close the position here, I will not let this trade go back and reverse against me. I will, secure some money, even if it's just $100, So one thing you need to work on. And then definitely, like if this trade came here, I'm definitely securing profits here. Like my stop, like I'm not going to close any, I'm not going to take any contracts off, but I would move my stop down, right? Like if price did get here, I would definitely be moving my stop here and be adjusting it as price, went along. So the hourly gap, it did have these equal highs, and then, we did touch this little 15-minute gap that had yet to be filled with this wick here on the 5 minute. Now we do have a nice little break on the 1 minute. Like I said, if that gap held there, which it did, came up and it even made a swing high in it, then you could be looking for sells. And that was our overall bias, right? Like originally when I came on, these were the tools and drawings I had drawn on there. Fast, I wanted to just put this on. If you use rectangles, you can kind of see the 50%. If the overall target was hit of 800 ticks now, it would be kind of lining up perfectly with the 50% of this little daily fair value gap, which is a good target. It's a solid target if you can get that. Let's look at the 4-hour again, right? So in the 4-hour, price is moving lower, 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 and on the 1 hour, there's all the swing highs and all the wicks and stuff. With this candle here, you can't see it, but this candle, the high of the previous 4-hour candle, that is just all of the hourly wicks and 15-minute wicks. And then there's even a gap from this candle's low to this candle's high. There's a gap in price that we fill. We filled the 15-minute gap, and now it makes sense for us to, I believe, continue to move lower because that's already kind of what was going on. My little son is getting a little frustrated with me in my lap, so I'm going to step away. I've already taken 2 trades. It's the max trades I can take. Whatever happens, happens. Again, if price comes here, I will not let the trade go against me. I will secure at least, +1. If price came here, I would be securing at least this. And I would hope that the overall daily fair value gap, 50%, you see that little line in the background, also matching with my green line. If that got hit, that'd be my final TP, and that would give me my 1 to 3R for the day. My 1R being 250 and 3R being 750. But since I've already lost 50 bucks, it would take me 800 bucks to get 750. Thanks for hanging out, guys. Thanks for watching. Good luck. Looks like I will probably be taking an L today, which is okay. Sometimes it does not work out, and I have no hard feelings about it. Let's just see real fast. This is the second trade I took, right? Let me show you if I can. The first trade that I took was this one. So I would have been stopped out of the first trade I took anyways with 250 ticks. See, my stop loss was there. It would have taken me out. So either way, I would have been wrong. You know, maybe I was not patient enough. Maybe there's nothing I could do, honestly. You cannot win them all, just like you cannot catch them all.
Order filled.
There you go. So I have taken my two trades today. I have hit my max loss of $250. $252. So I am locked out for 7 hours and 10 minutes until the next session. And that is fine. That is cool. I accept that. I would much rather have, a paper cut in a day compared to amputating myself, by over trading and over risking, you know. I will come back tomorrow strong. I will lock myself out of Asia, London, and all those sessions. And I will do my best tomorrow. Thanks for hanging out, guys. I'm going to end the stream now. Hopefully, all you guys just continue to work at your goals. Know that you can do it with consistency and discipline, patience, hard work. If this was super, super easy to trade, everybody would be doing it. But you are different. That's why you are interested in trading. You need to be emotionally strong and do not let wins or losses affect you. You know, don't get don't get too happy if you're winning. Don't get too sad if you're losing. Just you kind of want to just be a leveled person. It's literally January 13th. We have all year to trade, and my goal for this account is to keep it all year. So I'm happy that I'm locked out at the risk that I accept. And like I said, I will come back tomorrow or the next day just as strong. Let's look real fast at the news this week. Refresh it. 741, 741. So there was no like red folder news or medium impact news today. Tomorrow we have some news at 5:30. PPI. Wednesday we got CPI. Thursday we have all these right here, and Friday just the medium impact. So there is opportunities for us to be involved later on, and it shall be a good week. Just hang in there, guys. Don't over risk. Don't over trade. You got it.